Overcast today, but it's nice though. It's real nice. So go and hang out at my little spot real quick. And today we're talking about language. We're talking about language. How can you identify language? Because language has such a destroying and killing and causing all types of chaos. But because of language and word change, we're missing the true definition of a lot of words. And I know that many of you have heard me talk about the language of Freemasonry. And I would say this in the language of Freemasonry. If you pay attention to it, if you are able to decipher it, if you are able to go in to break it down, it has the capability of building a person up. Also, the Eastern Star has their own language, their own way of identifying and helping to bring about a change in the process. When they do that, then they themselves have the same capacity of uplifting people. I think I'm going to walk. I don't want to sit down. I think I'm going to walk today. So when we look at this thing as in the language of Freemasonry, when we really take a stance on it and be able to break it's beautiful with all of its symbolic meanings, hidden mysteries of what things are to be and what they're supposed to be. I will encourage you to go break out your Masonic ritual and look at it once again. Look at where everything is taking place. Take a look at where things are really taking place, taking shape, taking form. I mean, do that for yourself. Go and take a look at the Masonic ritual and see where things are taking place. A lot of times I tell people my own personal opinion regarding Freemasons that I believe that it derived out of Africa, from the continent. That's my personal belief. Based upon things I've read, based upon my own information, what's up, Doc? That is my conclusion at this time, you know. And I believe for those who have had the ability to rewrite the story, has done that in a way to benefit them. And I'm okay with that. So I will encourage us to write our own story and embellish and how it developed and where it comes from and the places that it's mentioned in the death of Hiram Abiff. Go back and read about those places. Go back and check the symbolism of where they first derived from. And when you do that, there you will find the ancient customs and ceremonies. And I'm not just talking to be talking, I'm talking because of what I've come across in my own personal journey. And I think anybody who indulges in Freemasonry should do that. You should do that. And then you will see it differently than what you see now. Because Masonry has been hijacked. Yeah, Masonry has been hijacked. It has been hijacked in such a fashion until those who practice Freemasonry, look at it from the point of view of saying, my Freemasonry. Freemasonry is the philosophy and a way of life. Knowledge in the essence is clearly there for anyone to observe and to practice and to take use of, to help develop themselves and to help develop a way of life. I've heard many of brothers and sisters talking about the Eastern Star as a way of life. living about those five herrings and how you spur yourselves. And I've heard the brothers say, Masonry is a way of life and how you should carry yourself and be. And if this be the case, and if this is true, why is it that when a person who has gone through the process of becoming an Eastern Star and becoming a Mason and began to practice those essential ways of life and how I find that to be so crazy, you know? But that's me. But I want to encourage individuals who are in search of, something different in life. And when you decide that Masonry will be that thing you want to try, look at the language of Masonry for what it's truly worth. Take that and begin to apply it. Those 8 emblems of a Master Mason, those 5 herons of the Order of the Eastern Star, take those herons. You could take those herons from any position you want to, but as long as you apply them to your life, it's going to be a little different. It is truly going to be a little different. But what we do with the uniqueness of Freemasonry, what we do with the uniqueness of the Order of the Eastern Star, we try to make that fit everyone, and it's not going to fit everybody. Everybody is not meant to be an Eastern Star. Everyone is not meant to be a Mason. This is why the organization is having a difficult time, because we who practice Masonry in the Order of the Eastern Star, we have allowed everyone to come in its doors and sit at its table. And in the process of doing that, we have allowed it to become corrupt. We done that. We did that. Man, it's dark up in here. I'm gonna turn around because I'm using some light. We have done that. We have allowed that thing that we call Freemasonry, that we say we love, that we enjoy, we have allowed it to become fixated with the numbers of members. Man, I got 1,000 members. I got 12,000 members. But you have lost the essence of it. And what you've done with it, you have pimped it. You have prostituted Masonry in its language of identifying those who are worthy of being part of it. You have pimped it and prostituted Masonry in the Order of the Eastern Star. And you've done it in such a way to where those of unique stature, those who have a standard of living, or those who live a certain type of lifestyle, the Order of the Eastern Star and Freemasonry. I'm not excluded from any of this, but when I look at Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star, and understanding what I said during my obligation or my oath taking, however you want to put that. I think their oath and obligations are 2 totally different things, but within the confines and constructs of Freemasonry, I find that they really can go hand in hand. But when you look at it, what have you done with this knowledge? What have you really done with this sacred knowledge of Masonry and the Order of the Eastern Star? What have you done with it? Have you helped to build better men? Have you helped to construct? What have you done with it besides say that you are a Mason and I'm an Eastern Star? Besides cut your fellow brother down who may be in another person? I'm having some difficulties there I was bringing up. But definitely I want to welcome everybody to come on and enjoy and partake in the conversation, So it's yesterday a little dark, Hold on, maybe I need to clean my lens. I don't know. Let me see that again. Anyway, it just tried to wipe the lens, But with that being said, we need to be able to take this knowledge, and use it. And I've said this many a times before. A lot of us is missing the the greatest thing about Masonry and how it can actually help develop the community to be that which we desire it to be. We have totally thrown it, just taken it and just, I don't need it. When it's really there for us to really grow with it. It's really there for us to really grow with it. I want to welcome everybody aboard. If you're just coming on, I want to say thank you. Today's topic is the language of Masonry. The language of Freemasonry. And I'm going to throw in the language of the Order of the Eastern Star also, because this applies to both the sisters and the brothers. If they choose to take it and apply it, beyond their own self. Because I told some of my lodge brothers the other day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of anything that may happen, people are watching you. People are watching you. When you have that compass and square on, people don't listen. That's all they know. That's what they see. That's what they know, is that this person's a Mason. But what we need to do is take that and apply that, use it. Don't just sit on it and say, well, it's not it. There's more to it than that. That's why you got to go and look at, the development of Freemasonry. You got to go take a look at the development of Freemasonry. Where did it come from, and how did we get to where we're at today? We are the gatekeepers. We are the keepers of Freemasonry in the Order of the Eastern Star. How did we get so thrown out of place? How did we get here? Who wrote it down in such a fashion to have most of us at odds with each other? Who did that? They're just like putting red ants and black ants in a jar. They're all getting along together because they're all ants. And somebody shake up the jar. Now they're attacking each other. They never thought about who shook the jar up. Who have us angry at each other? Who have us in such disarray? And I would say within the confines of Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star, that you have to look at that. Hey, you have to look at that and take that. Make it work for your family. Kind of buffering a little bit today. Greetings and peace to you. I think that's Art753. Greetings. Appreciate it. Peace to you, everybody who's coming on, everybody who's here. Please drop something in the chat. I certainly would appreciate it. So today we're talking about the language of Freemasonry. And what I would like to exclaim and proclaim in regards to the language is how it can actually do what it's supposed to do. It can do that, but we have to want it to do that. We just can't sit idly by and say, I have this, and not really apply this. You have to do that. You have to take on being an example. You have to take all of that on, and it starts really at the top. It starts at the top of your Grand Lodge, your Grand Chapter. That's where it starts at. And then it can filter down. But that example must be set. It must be set. And then when you find out something is getting out of hand, you must deal with it. If you don't deal with it, it will destroy the very thing that you are working to build. So in understanding that, you must be able to communicate effectively with the craft, with the sisterhood. You must be able to lay it down in such a way that there will be no misunderstanding. And what happens is we have a lot of dictators, within the confines of Freemasonry. Some of you Grand Masters are, some of you Grand Matrons are like, you're dictators, And Freemasonry is supposed to be more of a democracy. You need to vote on things. People are elected to positions. You're not there for a lifetime. And so what happens is, as we grow, as we have been in a seat for a long time, you think it's your seat. And then when you're no longer elected in that position, why y'all want to elect me out of my position? Bruh, you're a service to the people. Sister, you are a service to the sisterhood and to the order, you know? And I think a lot of times we forget that we are elected to a position to be a service and not just be in a position to just take, but you're a service to the people, you know? This guy is no Freemason, perfect example of who is wearing a compass and square. Well, JC, I'm gonna say this. I can invite you up right now, JC, but I think you will refuse to come up. As a matter of fact, JC, um, I'm not gonna block you because I find that blocking someone who disagrees with me it doesn't do me any good. I'm glad that you're here, really. Maybe you can learn something and grab hold of something that would help you be a better person in life, you know. That's my thing, JC. So welcome aboard, JC. I see your comment, and I want to thank you for continuing to be of service and watch this channel, and hopefully in your daily journey that it would enlighten you on some things, you know, because because I think you need to be enlightened. I'm here to protect the compass and square. Well, if you're here to protect the compass and square, when you're doing a piss poor job, you're doing a really piss poor job. As a matter of fact, what Grand Lodge you a part of, JC? Let's see. What Grand Lodge you a part of? Go ahead and post that. Or are you even a Mason? No, haters are not going. Oh, okay. Brother said haters are going to hate. Okay. I'd like to know what Grand Lodge JC is a part of, since he's here to protect the compass and square. Let it be known. Tell people where you hail from. You know, I got, my goodness, people. But anyway, let's get back. Since he doesn't want to share that information, he must not be a Mason. So we're going to get right back into it. And I'm hoping that those of you who are here right now, that you're able to, JC is too stupid to grab hold of anything. Oh my goodness. Uh, uh, you know, this is crazy. But anyway, so with that being said, it is my hope as we grow as adults, as individuals within our various jurisdictions, that we begin to see Masonry and Eastern Star as a way to develop and allow the next person who may want to join your chapter to see that you are actually being an Eastern Star, being a Mason, the philosophy and the experience of being in being that which you say you are. If you're Eastern Star and you're exemplifying that star, how bright it shines, that's a great thing. That is an awesome thing. If you're a Mason, and you're showing what that compass and square really means to you, and how you are wearing it in a respectful way to exemplify that light for which you carry, that's an awesome way, you know, to be the example and to grow your chapter and to teach people the language of Masonry, the language of the Order of the Eastern Star, because truly, people, we all know it has its own language. You know, when you meet that brother, that sister, how you begin that conversation. It has its own way of identifying those who are truly in the craft, those who truly practice the philosophy embodiment of the Eastern Star and of the Masons. If you can't do that, then why even call yourself a Mason or an Eastern Star? If you can't do that. Greetings, brothers and sisters. What's up, Super Queen B45? What's up? How you doing? You know, this is where we're at. European Masonry is very different from the USA lodges I am in. I think more preserved and longer to go through the degree work. In some cases, I will agree. In some cases, and I think that when you shorten the work of the Order of the Eastern Star, when you shorten the work of what it is to be a Mason, it takes from, it doesn't add to. And in my own personal opinion, within the framework of my particular jurisdiction, It takes a person almost a year to complete their inter-apprentice fellowcraft master mason degree. It takes them almost a year. And I think it I know that it really helps them out because they're not rushed. When you rush people through something, it's hard for them to comprehend exactly what took place. So yeah, taking them through the process and letting that marinate for a certain period of time is great. It is really great. If your jurisdiction is doing that, kudos, great. But everybody doesn't practice that type of rights to bring someone in and to take them through the process. You know, they don't necessarily do that. Where did JC go? Did JC leave me? Did JC leave me? Oh man, he should have never left me. Oh, okay, so he's of the, oh, JC is a member of the most wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Texas. Oh my goodness. I have quite a few friends. I have quite a few friends who's a member of the Grand Lodge of Texas, Prince Hall. And I'm gonna send them a big shout out. I just want to send a big shout out to my friends who are a member of the most wishful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Texas. I want to say thank you for your unwavering support, your calls, you know, our communication. I just want to say thank you. And JC, thank you for showing up and showing out. Oh, another meteor. Oh, okay. Someone else is on here who's taking care of that. You know, oh, okay. I just want to just send him a big shout out. You know, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to remove you from the conversation piece. I think that we all need to learn something from the next person. I don't know everything, so I'm still learning, and what I learn, I want to share with you. When I meet brothers from across the pond of anywhere, I want to share my experience. I want to share the knowledge. I want to be able to grab something from you. For a person to be in your lodge, for someone to be in your chapter, and they don't grow, they don't develop, something ain't right. Maybe they're missing the true definition of understanding what it is to be an Eastern Star, what it is to be a Mason. That's why this topic today is very important, because I think that we take Masonry and being a part of Masonry in the Order of the Eastern Star, I think a lot of us take it for granted. We look at it as some type of social outfit, you know, and it's not. It's really, really not. And if I can get that across to some of my own members or some of the members in my own jurisdiction, if I can get that across to them, we would be so much better off as individuals. Because too many times we take it too personal. It's your personal journey, but you can't take that and put it on someone else. You can't take your personal journey and put that on someone else. You can't do that. They must find their way themselves with the assistance and aid of a brother or a sister. This is why when you who are being initiated into the Order of the Eastern Star, the sister walk you through the labyrinth. And at each point of the labyrinth, it is explained to you what this point means, and its colors and its rays, and how the paths for each one of them, just as it is in Freemasonry. Every time you go through the process of being initiated, passed, and raised, there is someone with you to walk you around to the various stations and explaining things to you and asking that of you of questions. There's no way around it. It helps to develop everyone who's involved. You know, it does. But when you don't take it seriously, when you don't apply it, when you just look at it and just say, oh, well, then no, it's not. You don't get nothing out of it. You don't get anything out of it. Man, I must was in a pretty good position, because now, man, it's really an overcast today. How you doing? All right. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. You know, so this is where we're at. So greetings to everybody. I'm San Francisco. All right then. Woo, man, it's probably a little chilly in San Francisco right now. I mean, especially if you're down by the bay, by the waters, man, it's cold as I don't know what in Frisco. You know, ask DJ Classy Keys as Super Queen B. Yeah, you know. So look, as I depart from you this day, it's beautiful being able to come before you and have this great conversation. I want to say thank you And as always, I hope that you're able to get something out of this conversation and understanding the language of Freemasonry. You know, when you come across that sister, you know what to ask that sister and to find out if she's truly who she claimed to be. You know, when you're a brother Mason, you know how you talk to that other Mason to find out if he's truly who he claimed to be. You know, it's a language. You know, it's really a language. And I ask that we take that and really begin at it for what it is. You know, truth, real talk. Until next time, peace and be well. May God be with you. And for those of you who may be going through something in life right now, it is my prayer, my hope that you would get through this moment, you know, because we're all going through something. And you know, it's crazy out here right now. So no matter where you at, just remember somebody's always praying for you. Peace and be well. And whatever you do, stay out the bushes and keep your light on. I'm out. Peace. God bless you.